Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Today, we are proceeding with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Ah, it is Dahlia. Mia, in the first case, when we first played as her, back at the beginning, she mentioned that Dahlia was a part of her first case, right? And that's why she was suspicious in the case we played in, right? Everyone is so silent I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast! As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care in addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate events occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Yeah, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this is taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be... Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are... What? Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Alright, the witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. That's it? By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. Was it exactly where I said it was? I was standing right over here. Oh, no. Okay, I thought it was in the middle, like that middle section. The piece of land where the 5 yards is. I guess I don't get a good sense of the topography here. But I thought that, if she were standing there, she would be too low for the angle of this photograph. Not that one. Yeah, and she wouldn't be that close at all, either. I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, huh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Small but powerful. Okay. Alright then, Miss Faye. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Oh, brother. Go ahead and save real quick. Hold it. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? You notice there are two people. Is there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight, too. In fact, I just can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Don't cry, I'm gonna get penalized! I would never eavesdrop, but you were watching them. I got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. What do you mean? Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Sounds like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So you wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moments and gave it to the police. Careful that you called the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, huh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Careful, kitten. That girl is the judge wrapped around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You have to come up with something really good, Mia. Okay, so there was no information. Necessary. That we got. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. See, you notice there are two people sitting up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I heard and took the photo that shows a crucial moment. You didn't take a crucial moment. This photo shows nothing. Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh! My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay the situation, can he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. This is a film, I mean. You're not a film? BS! This is a digital camera. There's no film. This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, huh? Mrs. Foster, perhaps then you could tell us all about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you just witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Okay, you're using your camera to take some pictures of the wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Oh, wait a second. This is the same testimony. Oh, okay, this is... The victim... Why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. Objection! This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? Why you... If it hadn't been me, I probably would have just jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with this testimony. She got about 10 yards when she was stabbed in the back. Oh, I see the issue already. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. Terry Falls isn't the criminal. There must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. Yeah. I found the issue. The victim turned around and tried to run. She can't do that because, yeah, the bridge is broken out on that side. Witness, your testimony is a joke. And I'm not laughing. But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? Simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't even ran 5. Because Dusky Bridge has collapsed on that side. Whoa, what does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What do you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident? That's ridiculous! Can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. It's not reckless. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. Alright, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? It's so hard to go on. Roll on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry, just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Why did I use that voice? Okay, after he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing much violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts his testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. That's what I like to hear. So, how many cups of coffee have you had so far? The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack! Alright, let's press you a couple times. After he stabbed her in the back, he picked her up in his arms. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. One step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Okay, carried her over to the car. He personally witnessed that. Yes. Anything strange happened when he did that? Well, I don't know if you call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean the scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problems. Okay, I suppose that was the only way you could make sure the body stayed hidden. What do you mean by that? I mean, the defendant carried the body all by himself. Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Okay. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There is also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent! You're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me. Hey kitten, have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. Got nothing to lose besides some points? By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. He picked her up quickly in his arms. I don't think he could. I don't think he could. Because he's chained up. He couldn't carry her. No? I guess not. I probably should save. It's been a while. Okay. Then he carried her over back to the car. He's supposed to swim. He gets hidden. He can't carry her. Oops. Do I need to do it on this one? Did I have the right idea? Just the wrong statement? No. I didn't have it right. Okay. She said that she wasn't able to see his face. So, I wonder if it was even him. Quickly picked her up. Say you couldn't see his face. Didn't mean to do that. Carried over to the car. Could you have seen the car from where you were standing? Because there's a cliff. Yeah, like there's a cliff. You couldn't have seen that. But I don't know how I would prove that. I'm gonna try two things, because like they said, throw out evidence to see what happens. I have no other choice. No. I'm on the wrong track then. I did not mean to press hold it. There's the only way to make sure the body stayed hidden. I don't know what to pick at all. I mean, do we just do this? Like, if you didn't see his face, then how do you know it was him? Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why could he not? Let me talk about what I saw. Just worth a shot, I thought. Is the only way to make sure the body stayed hidden. I mean, you could have thrown it into the river. That's it? A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is that? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. It's well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Alright, yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean much. You could just be an idiot killer. But, we do make a good point. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit that it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Ooh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Objection! But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Ugh. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who's he talking about?
Alright, I'll do my best.
My voice is already given out, but I will keep it going. Oh, the music picked up. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. The killer broke into the trunk into the stolen car and hid the body there. Okay, tell me about that. How do you know it's stolen? What did the man do then?
Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police. You're sure that's what you saw all with your own eyes?
Yes, I'm 100% certain.
Okay, he broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body. You couldn't have seen that, though, right? Are we finally getting around to that? I don't know what I have to present to show that off. So let's just start throwing evidence and see what happens, right? Okay, I was right the first time.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
No, you were not. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe there's a witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ugh! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. No. It doesn't work that way, but she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify about only what she saw with her own eyes. Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hold it. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Mrs. Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes indeed. Quite true. You know what they say? To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Armando, can you believe these guys? Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trial is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair! Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. Hear the kitten's testimony. So tell me, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk? Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from where he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. Can't make any mistakes here.
Is there a contradiction? Is there... I'm not sure, if I'm going to be totally honest. It's gotta be because he's chained up, right? We're finally getting around to that? It doesn't work. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness saw the scratches was... She put the corpse in herself? Is that what we're going with? I don't want to call her out for murder because she was around to testify in another one earlier, right? Or like earlier in the game, so she wasn't in jail for putting the corpse in there. But she's not the owner of the car, is she? Oh, you know what? She might be. No, because then that just gives her credence that she's... It's gotta be one of these two. Because that car wasn't his, right? It was stolen? If she put the corpse in herself, that's the car that... Oh, maybe she was trying to frame him. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really had the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I could never.
It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Follows had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car.
Yeah, he stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
No!
Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs. It has a timer. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Mr. Foster herself, because it has a timer. Take that. Let's take another look at this camera, and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Mr. Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Or Miss Foster? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? She's a victim, yeah? Naturally, the witness is right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth?
By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead.
The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard of anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself with the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
I think Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof?
Got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow away this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. That is, she asked for a white scarf for identification. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Miss Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note when the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! Where'd she go? Oh, she fainted.
Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She's hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as a victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Thank God. I need a break from all this talking. There's been nothing but court cases all day. To be continued. Whew. Good. Frickin' God. Alright, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for watching.
If you liked what you're talking like, or subscribe button down below. Don't forget to check out the main channel, and if you're streaming live on Twitch or sometimes stream live, you can check out that link down in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next one. So, take care.